Hi, everyone. So, by now, you have probably watched the very first video, which was a very quick little video. It was nothing like serious or in depth, but that video actually came from my Instagram or my Snapchat, which I can't remember which one because I think I did two slightly different videos, basically the same thing. But it was my very first day, actually, like not even the first 10 minutes of me having my Invisalign in. So I recorded that just to, have that there to let you guys know how I was feeling. I was super excited. I still am excited about the whole entire process. I'm eager to see how things are going to change. So I'm going to take the time to document. I'm going to record probably every time I change my aligners, which is every 10 days, just so I can see the progress and share my experience with you guys, and hopefully it'll help somebody else. Um, Originally, I was supposed to get my Invisalign the week prior, but that Sunday I had caught a cold from someone in church and got rid of the cold within a day or two, but ended up getting laryngitis, which is something that I actually get quite often. This is like my third or fourth time since I think it's like 2007 was the very first time that I've ever had laryngitis. This time it was pretty bad because I had laryngitis and pharyngitis, which is just like I had the very first time. So I was in excruciating pain. So because the dentist didn't know if it was bacterial, I had to reschedule my appointment for the following week because there was two or three girls at the dentist or at the orthodontist office that were pregnant. So that's just being that my mouth is going to be wide open. Don't want people breathing on me breathing on people or just being around people in general, not knowing if it's contagious, and pregnant people can't really take certain medications, so on and so forth. So I completely understood. It's no problem. I was kind of disappointed, but I completely understood. So that following weekend, my laryngitis actually got worse. And I normally can bounce back within 3 to 5 days. And at that time, I knew something was wrong. So I ended up going to my doctor, and they gave me antibiotics and stuff just in case. To them, they didn't think it was bacterial, but they just wanted to make sure. And instantly, like that same day, I started to feel a whole lot better. So I was able to have my appointment to get my aligners that Wednesday, which was August the 29th. So that's the very first day for the whole entire process. It was pretty cool what they did. I wish I would have recorded everything, but I'll go ahead and just tell you kind of what they did. Of course, I was a couple of minutes late, but it was perfect. As soon as they was calling to check up on me, I was walking through the door. So as soon as I got in, I had just finished an iced coffee. So I went ahead and brushed my teeth, and I think I was sitting in the chair maybe 10-15 minutes. Like the whole entire process was very fast. And I don't know if it's because I didn't need rubber bands or anything, but for me, my process was very, very quick. They put these little pieces on your teeth. I think they're like attachments or bumps, ridges. Some people, I've heard people call them different things. But I'm going to kind of zoom in. It's a super awkward. But you will notice here when I smile, there's like little pieces here and then here at the bottom. So, those pieces they put on, they had a little thing that keeps your mouth open so that your mouth stays dry, or that your teeth stay dry, and then they put those pieces on. Then I had to hold up a little hand dryer, like a hair dryer, a little hand dryer to help it dry. Kept that open. And then after that, they showed me, I had to read some basic instructions, which I was able to keep this. Now, everybody's orthodontist is different, but mine did provide some basic instructions and everything, what to do, what not to do. So your dentist may or may not provide this, but it does say to wear the aligners full time. Only take out aligners to brush, floss, and eat. Each aligner should be worn 2 weeks at a time. For me, 2 weeks is 10 days. I don't know if it's slightly different for everybody, but I just know for me, I have to change mine every 10 days. Unless the doctor specifies otherwise, never skip aligners. Each set must be worn exactly as directed by your doctor. You may only drink water with the aligners, and it has to be cool water. You can't do warm water, hot water, whatever you want to. I don't know anyone that drinks hot water, but you can't have anything hot because the aligners are plastic, which, let me show you. This is my current set that I actually just started yesterday. So they are plastic, and you don't want the heat to warp the aligner. So that's why you can only drink cool water. If you choose to drink soda or any other liquids high in sugar, citric acid, or carbonation, be sure to rinse your mouth out or brush before replacing aligners to prevent tooth decay. Some foods, drinks, and smoking may stain aligners just as they stain your teeth. Do not throw away your aligners. Check any bonded attachments, which are the little pieces that I just showed you guys that'll be on your teeth. If one happens to come off, call your office or call our office so we can add enough time to your next appointment to repair it as needed. Some attachments may need to be replaced. If you lose an aligner, which is these, wear the next sequential aligner if the fit is adequate. If not, wear the immediately previous aligner. It is extremely important to wear something to prevent the teeth from shifting. Call our office so we can advise you regarding what to do next. And when you begin to wear a new set of aligners, they may not fit quite like you think they should. This is normal. It's important that they fit well after the 2-week period. If they don't fit well, it may be best to wear them for an extra week. We provide you with an aligner chewy. Oh, I think I left my aligner in my other little carrying case, but this is a chewy right here in this picture. That right there. And that's what you use once you pop them in. You can either push them up to fit, or you can chew on it and go around to make sure that everything fits properly. Because you don't want to have any spaces like at the bottom, which is here. You look at this picture, you see right here, they have space under, and that could just be the way that their teeth. No, this person just, it just doesn't fit right. So you don't want spacing, but I'm going to show you mine because on my very first set, there is actually a little bit of spacing, but that's because of how my teeth are shaped. So, yeah. Okay, so it's just saying that the chewies will prevent the gaps that I just showed you guys in the picture. It also says for you to change your aligners at night because it may be easier and it may reduce the amount of discomfort. For me, I honestly, yesterday I had to start my new set, but I knew that I was coming home super late. By the time I got home, I was going to be tired, and I was just going to suck it up as far as the discomfort. Yesterday, my family and I attended my uncle's funeral. So that was like an all day thing, after the funeral, family and stuff is around. And I just knew that I wasn't going to, it's going to be one of those things where I would remember to really do that. I did mine yesterday morning, needless to say. So I was perfectly fine. It was very uncomfortable. Well, I shouldn't say very. It was uncomfortable, but it wasn't anything that I couldn't handle. So, I didn't really worry about it because I was in my own little world anyways. And it does say that you may find sharp edges. This is my top. But you may find sharp edges like around here. I'm trying to zoom in. Well, if this is sharp, you just get a fingernail file and you just want to file that because you don't want it to cut your gums or anything. And then you always want to just make sure that when you when you don't have your liners in, that you place them in a carrying case, which is what I have here. So I just, I sat there and I read that while my little bumps or um attachments were drying with the dryer. So as soon as I finished reading that, they handed me my very first set. Now you will get, this is the one that I took out yesterday, but you will get your very first set and they'll show you how to put them in and to remove them. So I was kind of nervous at first. So I was like, oh my goodness, I don't want to be taking them in and out. And then I, pop off an attachment or anything, but you get used to it. And then you have to also make sure that you take them out properly. You don't want to snatch from the front because that could increase the likelihood of you breaking your attachment. But they will come in packaging. Like I said, the very first one is here and it tells you one of, in my case, 24. I have to see if it's something different. But my next appointment is in November. And it was funny because I had told my orthodontist, or the lady that was in the front, I was like, oh, I should probably record it. She said, yeah, a lot of people actually record for YouTube, so you should do it. I was like, okay, cool. So you guys are comfortable with that. So I think the next time I go to my appointment, I will try to record. But yeah, so it tells you one of 24. Now, there's a section here where a lot of orthodontists will actually write the date that you need to change it. But mine chose not to do that. He just told me set an alarm on your phone, and every 10 days, your alarm will go off and remind you to change your aligners, which I think makes sense because if you put this down somewhere, you're probably not going to remember to change it by that date. So I think the alarm is perfectly fine. In this case, I really didn't need the alarm because I already remembered. But that's my first pack, and you would notice, at least for me, that as you get closer to that 10-day mark, these become easier and easier to remove. So that's the first one. Then they give you quite a few. Like I said, all of them here, and it says 3 of 24. So far they gave me 9, so mine goes up to 9 of 24. And then by the time I do this, I'll be at my dentist for my next appointment. In your packet, you will get the patient starter kit. I know a lot of people have been going online and ordering their Invisalign. There's a brand that I keep seeing being advertised where they send it to you in the mail. I don't know how legit that is. I personally went to the orthodontist because I wanted to make sure I was doing everything right. Originally, I had plans on getting metal braces. I wanted the clear attachments, and then I wanted the gold wiring. Only because of the job that I have, I didn't want anything like right in your face, silver, purple, pink, or anything like that. Plus, I'm a grown woman, so I don't want anything, that's cute and colorful. Even though I think it's cute, that's just not what I wanted. So I went in mentally prepared that I'm going to have to go through all this pain like some of my friends are. And my orthodontist said, hey, by the way, Invisalign and the wire or the metal braces are the same exact price. And I said, well, give me a few moments. Let me do some research on my phone really quick so I can determine what I want to do. With the Invisalign, it's way much more convenient. You just pop them in and out to eat. I don't have to worry about when it's time to get my teeth clean, going to the orthodontist, having them take the wires off, going to the dentist, getting my teeth cleaned, then going back to orthodontist to have the wiring put back on. I didn't want to go through the pain that I've heard my friends talk about, where it cuts the inside of their mouth, having to get the wax and the whole nine. To me, this was way much more easier and same price. So why not? So yeah, I ended up getting this, but this is a little starter kit that it comes with, and in it looks like this. You'll have your two, which is this, your little cases. One is red, one is blue. I'm sure they have other colors too, just in case you lose one and you need it to be replaced. It also has a little spot that if you leave it somewhere, it says, please, if found, please return to, I guess the patient, or you can put your name and your phone number. I didn't do that yet. I may do it though. But I normally keep so far I've been keeping this blue one in my purse, and then I take it out when I'm at home, and then I keep one in my car just in case I'm on the road and I stop to get something to eat. I just pop them in and out. So that's what I've been thinking about. I may switch it up though. I may just end up keeping one at home and then the one in my purse. But I think the only thing is I don't take my purse everywhere with me. So either way, this is new to me. So I'm just trying to figure out what's the most convenient thing. But yeah, this is pretty much it. I mean, the very first couple of days, the instructions that I just read off to you did say that it would be a little bit uncomfortable. I mean, it's true. Even if you take them out, your teeth may feel a little sore. It's really like your gums, really, because you can like push and it's kind of sore. But yeah. I know that when I went for my appointment and they checked everything out, my orthodontist said that I was a level A, which she said it is not really that bad. She's like, you could just completely go through life without them. But when I was younger, I used to be a thumb sucker, and I actually stayed on one side. And I know most people, when you see someone that sucks their thumb, like pretty much everyone's teeth look the same. They're kind of bucked or whatever. But I don't know why, but I always kind of stayed on one side. So, of course, I stopped the older I got, and then my gap was really, really huge. My mom and dad both have gaps. So, it didn't help that I had the gap and then I sucked my thumb. But as my wisdom teeth came in, it shifted my teeth and made my gap significantly. When I tell you my teeth, my gap was huge, it was huge. But it made my gap significantly smaller, which you can see here. A lot of people didn't even know I had a gap unless they saw pictures before, or unless they've known me when I was younger growing up. So I've always had a gap. And then my bottom teeth were straight, and then my wisdom teeth came in and shifted them as well. So of course I felt self-conscious, and if I lift or tilt my head back, you'll be able to see the one side and how it's a slight overbite. See? And it's a face. So that's the reason why I wanted to get braces. Also, a lot of people don't know, but unless I turn to the side, look at our teeth, because they shifted. Right here. There's like a little gap there. And in here. So yeah, I always felt self-conscious about it. I always wanted to get it taken care of. But again, over the years, my wisdom teeth came in. Teeth started to straighten up on them by themselves. So it's never that really big of a deal. But now that I'm older, I'm like, okay, I'll just go ahead and knock it out. It's what you have health insurance for. And same price, and that's what I feel confident. So yeah. So I do plan on going through like whatever little tips that I find out. I am going to do a video on how to properly clean your Invisalign aligners. Feel free, if you guys have any questions or comments, just leave them below and I'll try to get the answer for you if I don't know the answer. Just whatever you do, just try to be careful with the advice that you get off of YouTube or from your friends. You want to try to stick with what the orthodontist tells you. Obviously, this is what they went to school for. They know what they're doing better than anybody else. I would also say too, if you're not really disciplined, I would not recommend Invisalign for you. And I'm just being 100 about it. I've normally been pretty disciplined when it comes down to dental hygiene. Um, I'm the type of person that I keep dental floss in my purse, of course, at home and at work. Um, I used to keep it in my car, but everyone and their mama want to, use your dental floss, knowing dang on well they don't use it any other time, but because it's free and it's in your car, they want to use it all the time. So I don't really keep it in my car anymore, but I do keep it in my purse. So I am that type of person that I will floss 3 times a day. On a rough day or a busy day, maybe 2, which is morning and evening. But I do floss often, and I also keep a little carrying case with toothpaste and toothbrush in my purse. So of course, every morning when I wake up, I brush before I go to bed, and I am pretty good at brushing my teeth after lunch while I'm at work. If it's not too busy or too hectic, or if I'm not cutting close on my lunch, or cutting close on my lunch ending, then I will go ahead and brush my teeth. If not, then I'll floss. But I mean, I'm pretty disciplined. I have no issue with keeping them in the whole nine. So, yeah, so that's one thing that I would definitely recommend. I would also tell you to, some people use or have told me when I've asked them, well, how do you clean your aligners? And a lot of people told me they use polydent. Yeah, the denture cleaner. I don't have dentures. I'm not trying to experience that just yet. And I feel like it may not be the best way. Um, I personally just think it's good to brush. So I would get up in there, get get a little bit of toothpaste and toothbrush and brush up in there. Plus, you have to remember that this is shaped just like your teeth. So you can, I don't know if you can really see it, but you can see like there's ridges in there. And I feel like anything like that where you're soaking them isn't good, because there's still stuff that can sit in the ridges, which will then um, be on your teeth, which I think can contribute towards, cavities and stuff. That's just me though. That's just me. Like I said, I'm pretty routine, and or routine and discipline. Okay, this is my mom calling me. Sorry, y'all. All right, so I was it was just my mom calling me, and it caught me off guard. So I had to look and see, because my phone had told me to stop recording if I answered. I was like, oh, do I want to answer? Anyways, but yeah, sorry, my allergies are like going crazy. I didn't take my allergy meds just yet. So as soon as I finish this video, I will be taking my allergy meds. I probably should have did that before. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you how it looks once I put them in. So this is my top here. So here, uh, that's the top, and then here's the bottom. And you can see the little bumps or the attachments on them. So here. Okay. And this is when, like I said, you can either use your hands to push it or you can use the chewy, which is that little white piece that I showed you guys on the picture. But there should be no spaces in it. So, yay. So yeah, that's my thing. Again, like I read off to you, or I didn't read off to you, but in this booklet that comes with your Invisalign starter kit, it does give you a few tips and it tells you some things that you may experience as far as the soreness. And then on top of that, you may have a slight lisp. And that's just until you get used to having something in your mouth. I noticed that the things that's hard for me to say or people have a difficulty hearing is when I say 5 and 4. You know, I mean, you can hear it. It sounds weird. But 5, 4, first. I don't really have an issue with the letter S or STs or anything like that. Maybe I do because I just heard it. But either way, I notice because I talk on the phone a lot and I talk a lot at work. The F's are the ones that tend to be a little bit difficult for me to say. But yeah, and N's. Anything with the letter N is hard. But yeah, it seems like it's just putting everything into place for me. So like I said, I'll continue to record and I'll try to record every 10 days. I will do a couple of extra videos just to show you how to remove them and how to keep them clean. If there's any other videos that you guys want me to do as far as this whole process, just let me know. But like I said, other than that, I would be doing status updates with you guys every 10 days. So sorry I missed out on like the first set of 10 days. But like I said, I had laryngitis and I couldn't talk. And I was trying to get better from that. And then as soon as I started to get better, my uncle passed away and we just had his funeral yesterday. So I was kind of just focused on that. But I did say I was going to go ahead and knock out this video. This video is longer than what most of the other videos would be, only because I'm cramming in everything into one. So yeah, so far this is my Invisalign process. Let's see how everything goes. So thanks so much for watching and I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.